The Feldran Valley, a narrow cradle of life, is embraced by ancient, dark forests and imposing hills, their shadows lengthening. The setting sun paints the rustic homes in hues of gold and crimson, a deceptively peaceful scene. Long, tranquil shadows stretch across the village, highlighting its charm and vulnerability in equal measure. No walls, no visible defenses, just quiet homes bathed in the fading light, a community exposed to the vast wilderness. The valley, a natural haven, yet utterly unprotected, stands silhouetted against the dramatic canvas of the twilight sky. The last rays of sun cast long shadows across the cobblestone square, as an exhausted rider slumps from his saddle. His horse, flanks heaving, collapses beside him, gasping its last breaths as villagers rush to his side. Before losing consciousness, the rider's eyes flutter open, filled with desperate urgency. They are coming. The chilling words hang heavy in the air, instantly shattering the village's tranquility. In the crowded meeting house, lantern light flickers, casting dancing shadows on the worn faces of men. A palpable stench of fear hangs heavy in the air as panic courses through them, a contagious disease. Voices rise in a cacophony of desperate arguments, each man clutching at a futile solution. One man cries out, "We should run," his voice raw with terror, as impending doom presses down. Another man, defeated, whispers, "We will never outrun them," his words echoing the heavy weight of despair. The village meeting house seethes with desperate voices, a chaotic symphony of fear and argument. Amidst the din, Ellen, a thin girl of 17, stands quietly, her hands bearing the earth stains from roots. Unnoticed, she is a shadow in the dim light, her presence almost swallowed by the frantic clamor. Suddenly, a calm, clear voice slices through the chaos, commanding immediate attention. Ellen declares, "If we fight, we die. If we run, they will catch us. But if we make them believe Feldran is not empty." The village meeting house is thick with wood smoke and the palpable scent of fear as agitated whispers fill the air. The miller, his beard dusted with flour, scoffs with derision, his eyes narrowing in challenge. "With what army? With what weapons?" the miller demands, his voice dripping with scorn. Ellen's gaze drifts towards the dark, silent hills outside the grimy window, a quiet conviction settling on her features, a stark contrast to the villagers' agitated whispers. Ellen's resolve hardens, her eyes reflecting the unseen. Ellen's voice cuts through the tension, a chilling whisper. "With shadows." The Feldran Hillside's village trembles under the shroud of night, not from cold, but from an unseen, chilling fear. Elin moves with quiet purpose, her presence a beacon in the flickering lantern light, defying the pervading dread. She gathers the bewildered children and old men, their faces a canvas of dawning determination. Under Elin's gentle yet firm guidance, they scour their homes, driven by an urgent, unspoken need. Every pot, pan, and piece of metal is collected, a desperate harvest against the encroaching darkness. The metallic clinks echo softly in the night, a rhythmic testament to their growing resolve amidst the fear. Under the cloak of night, Elin leads children and old men through desolate hills, their movements hushed and urgent. Silently, they gather brush and kindling, preparing for a desperate deception. One by one, small flames flicker to life, fragile beacons against the overwhelming darkness. Soon, dozens of fires blaze across the landscape, far too many for a simple village, a grand illusion taking hold. The combined glow creates a deceptive panorama, hinting at a vast encampment that exists only in their desperate hope. Under the cloak of night, the Feldran hillsides cast long, ominous shadows. Cloaks and blankets are meticulously draped, forming silent, dark figures against the moonlit ridge. Sticks become rigid spines, transforming scarecrow shapes into an illusion of vigilant soldiers. From a distance, these dark silhouettes create a haunting, armed presence, an eerie sentinel. They stand as silent observers, their unblinking gaze fixed upon the valley below, an unsettling watch. At the dark forest edge, Elin sends a swift boy into the dense woods, a silent command for vital resources. The boy, a blur of motion, plunges into the shadows, his urgent task echoing in the night's stillness. He reappears, laden with fresh pine branches, their scent a sharp contrast to the damp night air. They drag the branches along the dirt road to Feldran, a desperate act of deception unfolding. The branches carve deep, wide tracks, mimicking the ominous path of heavy wagons of war. The soft scraping sound of branches on the ground echoes, a chilling symphony of their covert operation. In the pre-dawn chill, Ellen ascends the tallest hill, her breath misting into the cold air. At the summit, she places a prominent torch, its flame, a solitary beacon against the encroaching light. Ellen stands beside it, a lone silhouette, her form etched against the brightening, pre-dawn sky. With quiet resolve, she waits, the dancing flame mirroring the anticipation in her steadfast gaze. At the break of dawn, a formidable army of 300 men marches toward the valley, their presence casting long shadows. The commander, a figure of authority, lifts his hand, signaling an abrupt halt to the approaching force. His gaze sweeps across the valley, noting an unsettling number of fires, too many for mere peasants. Dark, unmoving shapes are visible along the ridge, hinting at a hidden presence. A flicker of unease crosses the commander's face, betraying a sudden realization of danger. The valley, once quiet, now holds a palpable tension, a silent challenge awaiting the army. A rhythmic bang, bang, bang echoes through the valley, a haunting, primal beat at dawn. Hidden behind rugged rocks, villagers strike pots and shields, their faces grim, their actions mimicking war drums. The commander's brow furrows, his gaze sweeping the deceptive landscape for an unseen enemy. His confidence visibly wavers, the resonant sounds shaking his resolve amidst the eerie silence. The valley road awakens under the first hesitant light of dawn, cloaked in an unsettling silence. Two scouts, mounted on horseback, move with cautious precision, their eyes ceaselessly scanning the desolate surroundings. Their faces, etched with growing apprehension, betray the tension of their perilous journey. They reach a village, its houses eerily empty, a ghost town in the nascent light. Above, on the hills, numerous torches mimic a patrol, their slow, deliberate movements casting an ominous glow. A stern voice cuts through the stillness. Scouts, go no further. The valley road lies shrouded in the pre-dawn gloom, barely touched by the faint, nascent glow of the coming day. A young scout, eyes wide with terror, whispers urgently, his voice a tremor in the heavy air. The commander stands beside him, his face a mask of deep concern, weighing the immense risk before them. The air itself crackles with an almost palpable tension, a silent premonition of conflict. The scout's hushed words cut through the stillness. No village keeps that many fires. His voice, barely a breath, confirms their gravest fear. That is an army camp. The first muted rays of dawn softly illuminate the vast valley as the formidable commander, atop his war horse, surveys his army. His gaze sweeps over the disciplined ranks, stretching into the mist, a silent testament to Elan's masterful deception. With a decisive command, the army pivots, a synchronized movement of thousands, turning away from the village of Feldrin. March north. We will not bleed for a village guarded by shadows, the commander declares, sparing the quiet valley. The first golden rays of sunrise paint the village square as Elan collapses to her knees, utterly spent and trembling. Villagers, their faces etched with profound relief, stare at Elan with a mix of awe and reverence, witnessing a miracle. The stout village baker, flour dusting his apron, cautiously approaches Elan, his eyes wide with wonder. He speaks, his voice filled with hushed gratitude. "You saved us." Elan, her voice weary yet resolute, replies, "No, fear saved us. I only gave it a shape."